Alright, so, to recap, I put out a video a few days ago, about a week ago, talking about how it was a rant, it was incoherent, it was lengthy, went for several minutes, and, hold up, and we were talking about, or I was talking about, how Capcom don't know how to balance this game, and how they fucked Jury in the last patch, and they buffed Akuma. That was the main part I took umbrage with. I took umbrage with other characters. I had an issue with Colin being buffed, and I was okay with some of the other characters actually being buffed. Some of them actually deserved it, like Ken, like Nash. Things people talking about those characters, yes, they absolutely needed it. But why the fuck did Akuma deserve nerfs? Or buffs, rather. I said nerfs. Like, nerfs and buffs wrapped together. Why did he need buffs? Right? And several days later, this article comes out in Event Hubs. Akuma's unexpected Street Fighter changes are the right way to buff high-tech characters. Right? It's got Jury and Akuma on the front page. Right? Already getting a little bit suspect here. The article goes on to talk about, not in great detail, but effectively how, because people weren't using those tools, V-Skill 1 and V-Trigger 2, that it was the right move to buff them, right? And it continues to use pictures of Jury and Akuma throughout the article. And effectively, if I can just find the exact part of it, it's around here somewhere. All right. It's also worth noting that many of the buffs, of Jury's buffs, in the first Season's 5 Street Fighter patch were to encourage players using the seldom seen V-Trigger and V-Skill. So they're directly addressing the Jury versus Akuma argument. Now, I take a little bit of umbrage with this because I feel like, I think it was John Velociraptor who wrote this, Guerrero? Yeah, John Velociraptor Guerrero wrote this article. I feel like he might have seen my video, maybe. I'm not saying he did, but there's a lot of coincidences here. Especially how in terms of the video, I talked about how Capcom are either stupid or they buff this game in terms of they balance this game in terms of popularity. Like, popular characters get buffed, characters who aren't popular don't get buffed, because that way casuals who come to the game and want to play a character like Akuma and expect him to be really strong are like, yeah, Akuma's really strong, I get easy wins with this character. Right? And it goes into detail about that. So, I don't know, this is the article. If he didn't do that, if it was just luck, that's fine. If he did read it, he could have at least fucking linked me. I mean, my god. Bruh. Toss me a boat and toss me a fucking link, dude. But that's the article, right? So, the thing that I take umbrage with, now it does talk about here, creating a V loadout that's actually competitive with Akuma's traditionally preferred V-Trigger and V-Skill could easily amount to giving him even more powerful tools as opposed to equally strong options. Turning up his V2 bar and V-Skill 2 more to make them more useful is admittedly a lot to give an already scary character, but we'll wait and see if developers didn't hit the right balance mark if they're aiming for here. Alright. Here's the thing. I was talking to Vesper Arcade, so I'm name dropping Vesper. You're welcome. I was talking to Vesper the other week, and I was talking about buffs that I think that Jury should have. And Vesper made the good argument that what I thought would make Jury better would make her more fun, but it wouldn't necessarily make her more competitive. That's a fair argument to make. I'm not a high-level player. I don't know just how much those buffs would go to making Jury a better character overall, as opposed to just making her function better as a character. I think those are two different arguments that you can make. So, there's certainly arguments to be made for that, but as I look at a character like Akuma, and I mentioned this before, he's a character who has every single tool in the whole game. Think of a tool in this game that a character has, and Akuma's got it. Does he have a invincible reversal? Yes. Does he have an air fireball? Yes. Does he have a dive kick? Yes. Does he have a command grab? Yes. Does he have an air command grab? Yes. Does he have an air fireball? Yes. Does he have a teleport? Yes. He has every single tool under the sun. He has 2 different supers. And yet, they look at a character like Akuma and think, well, people aren't using his V-Trigger 2 and his V-Skill 2, so it's this is a fair balance. We should definitely make these better. And they look at other characters like Jury and just go, nah, fuck her, we buffed her in the last patch. Bruh. She's good. She's fine. Don't need that. At least Ono is gone. True. And so a lot of people did mention in the comments of the last video that this might be a hint at the direction that Capcom wants to go now that Ono is gone. Because Ono made a lot of very questionable decisions while he was in charge of this game. And the fact that we are getting such a late balance patch in the year would never have happened under Ono's watch. You got one batch at the start of the year, and maybe one more a couple months later. They haven't done that since Season 3, I don't think. Like Season 4 and Season 5, they just gave you one patch and that was it. So I'm glad we're getting more patches and more balance adjustments as the year goes out, but the question still remains. Why do characters that are really strong, and Akuma is arguably the best character in the game. He's top tier, no question. But he met, you know, I think probably he's top 3. Whether he's the best character in the game is up to obviously top players to decide that. I don't know. I would say that he is, if you want my opinion. And to just go, you know, to just look at him, I still can't fathom the logic. I know we're retreading a little bit of old ground here in the last video, but I can't fathom the logic in just going, well, people aren't using this, we'll make it better. I don't understand it. I really don't. So I'll turn it over to you, chat. What do you think about this? Pick holes in my logic. Tell me, show me things that I'm not seeing. Right? Akuma doesn't deserve buffs, even if nobody uses his other V-triggers or skills. He doesn't need them, already being a strong character. Well, that's exactly kind of what I wanted to... Thank you for bringing that up. I wanted to mention that. Someone was talking about before we started recording this, that characters need to have bad matchups, right? I'm not an Akuma player, so there's probably, you know, Akuma players will probably be like, yeah, he's got bad matchups. Fine. Fleck, how's it going, dude? It's fine if he has bad matchups, right? I would wager there's not many fucking bad matchups he has. I would wager that most matchups are either in Akuma's favor or even. That he probably has a handful. Maybe there's 6 characters in this game that give him a hard time. Right? I'd be shocked if it was more than 6. Right? Whereas you look at a character like Juri, and I don't mean to use this comparison directly, but Juri's the character I know best. Juri doesn't have good matchups in this game. Every matchup for Juri is either 5-5 or lower. If someone can point out to me a matchup that's actually in Juri's favor and actually prove to me why it's in Juri's favor, I will absolutely concede that point. But right now, there used to be matchups that were in her favor. Before Season 5, I would have said that Ryu was probably a little bit in her favor. Before Kage got buffed, Kage was absolutely in her favor. Maybe Dan. Dan's probably in her favor. But that would be it. But Dan's a joke character. Yeah. Here's the funny thing, right? Someone said in a comment that Juri was like mid-upper tier. And I said that that if you can find me a tier list where Juri is mid-upper tier, I will eat my hat. Or something to that effect. I'll eat my invisible fedora. And a lot of people pointed out in the comments that Just a Kid, who is I think he's an Ultimate Grandmaster? He's either Grandmaster or Ultimate Grandmaster. I don't think he's Warlord. Ranked Juri player. He is easily one of the best Juri players in the world. Made a tier list and put her as mid-upper tier. So let's have a fucking look. Alright, so S tier, we got Cammy, Rashid, Karin, Urien, Zeku, Poison. Interesting, that's, we got another unbugging character in there. We got Guile, we got Balrog, and we got Bison. Balrog and, oh my god, brain fart. I forgot his fucking name, it's on the tip of my tongue. What's his fucking name, chat? I forgot. I can't think of it. Oh god, I'm having a brain fart right now. I can't think of his name. Someone stop embarrassing me, please. We're not continuing until someone tells me his fucking name. I can't remember it. Ah! Abigail, thank you! Oh my god, I don't know why I couldn't remember Abigail's name. Abigail and Balrog are interesting choices in Season 5. But I'm not going to say he's wrong. Because he's a much better player than I am. Right. Manat. Akuma and A tier is a very, very weird choice. I would certainly say that's not the case, if that was me. Seth, Colin. Honda, another really interesting choice. Ryu, Chun, Sakura, Sagat, another interesting choice. Cody. I don't know Cody well enough to say whether he's high tier this season or not. G. Laura, Blanca, and Rose. Rose is brand new, so I wouldn't say anything about that. Okay, and Jury B tier. Okay, so when people say that Just a Kid put Jury as mid-upper tier, they're only talking about a tier list that has 4 tiers in it.
Bruh.
So that's kind of disingenuous. Where they're like, oh, she's mid-upper tier. There's only 4 tiers in this list if you don't count Nash tier. This tier list is really bad. This tier list has a lot of hot takes in it, I'll tell you that much. They got Dalsim, Jury, Ibuki being B tier is a hot take as well. You'd think she'd be higher. Alex, Nikali, Ed, Falk, Mika, Kage, Geef, Birdie, Ken, and then finally you have Lucia, Fang, Vega, Dan, and Gil. It's fine, the tier list is based on him being Jury. So he doesn't know anything. He's a Jury player. So yeah, so for all the people who are like, well, you put her as like mid-upper tier, it's like, well, mid-upper tier in 4 tiers. So she's still, if you look at this, if you look at the number of characters above her, as opposed to the number of characters below her, she's still mid-low tier, which is where every tier list puts her. So, suck on that, everybody who said that. Suck on that. I was right and you were wrong. She's not mid-upper, she's mid-low at best. Even Just a Kid thinks so. Yeah, puts her mid-low. Exactly. So this is a weird tier list, so I think we can all agree on that. Oh, look! Just a Kid is a much better player than I am, and I will never try to infer otherwise. And I do not know enough about this game to... Like I said, I won't comment on choices like Honda being A tier, Akuma being A tier, you know, weird shit like that, you know, Sagat being A tier. You know, Sagat is better than Ibuki? Really? Fucking really? Like, Sagat is better than Birdie? You know. What? But I won't say that he's wrong because I don't know the game as well as he does. It's a fact. It's just opinions. She's SSS tier in the waifu list? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even, yeah, Blanca shouldn't be that high. It's a weird tier list. This tier list very much bucks the trend of tier lists. Except for Nash being in the bottom. So there you go. So that is that.